Yo, what up guys, it's Flark, and oh my god, you're on the wrong class. What, log over, idiot. You forgot to swap to your DK. No, yes, okay, this is my first non-DK video, and I thought there wouldn't be a better place to start than Windwalker. This is the class that I've generally played with to get all of my rank 1 titles, and also the class that I will be playing with this season, with the exact build that we theorycrafted to play Unholy Windwalker this season. We even took a game off of Sea-Doo when he was a top team on the ladder as this comp, so I figured, hey, why not start with something that you still know pretty well when I'm trying to diversify my content a little bit. I've created a lot of pretty hilarious builds over the years, even for classes that weren't DK, and this one I was talking about with JC, and he's loving it, so I figured this would be the perfect place to start. So this is the Knockout Punch, the Mike Tyson Windwalker build that we've created. And I don't know if you guys have seen it before. We've got some twists and turns here, so if you've seen some of this before, maybe you stick around for the video to see if there's anything that you might not have played, especially in the Legendaries section. But you know, if you haven't seen this before, you're gonna have a ton of fun with it. And if you have, good, because it's super fun, and I hope that you're enjoying it this season. But we'll get right into it. Not gonna blab too much more. With talents, right? We gotta look at the talents. So it starts with Chi Wave. This entire row is pretty meaningless. Chi Wave is a huge utility button because it can stop stealth and stop drinks. The other ones don't really do much at all. So effectively, you're trading nothing for a nice utility button. So of course, every Windwalker monk goes Chi Wave. Tiger's Lust is the best mobility option on this row. They've been running it for 6-7 years. It's just a root break on a short cooldown. Of course, that's extremely valuable. You get a big sprint. You can kite with it. You can keep your go, like during your cooldowns. If they root you, you can keep your go going. It's just the best option on this row by far. This row, I just want to say, you could probably run Fist or Ascension. Fist is the standard choice, but let me make a rational argument for Ascension. During Serenity, which, spoiler, is what we're running, all your Chi consumers are free. So this ability generates Chi. That's generally what it's for. It does some damage, but that's not really what you're using it for. It's the 3 massive amount of Chi that you're generating by pressing this button. But you don't need any during your burst window. So effectively, this is the tie your Serenities together button rather than do extra damage button, while Ascension actually extends your burst window, because if your maximums are increased and you're not using any of these resources as much during Serenity, then you effectively keep that burst window going by having more Chi that you can spend when you come out of every Serenity. So Ascension is the keep your burst window going a little longer talent choice, but Fist of the White Tiger, again, generally preferred by Windwalkers, is the I want the downtime to be a little less painful button, right? So you can choose whichever one you want. Again, if you want to go meta or mainstream, generally Fist is what's chosen there. But if you want to just keep that burst window going, maybe you haven't been killing people in Serenity, but you've gotten them to like a sliver of health, you actually get a little bit of an extension on that go with Ascension. So those options are there for you. As for this row, I don't think it's much of an option. You're generally going to run Ring of Peace. This is a massive utility button, again, just like the Chi Wave row, but accentuated. It's even crazier, right? Because this does so many things. You can peel melee. That's huge. They're just gonna, it doesn't DR with itself. They're gonna bump into the ring over and over. The healer or whoever you're trying to peel can sit in the middle of the Ring of Peace, or they can run around a pillar and then they'll just bonk into it a few times. They have to go around the other way of the pillar, and that's already a huge peel, right? It's a peel that's not a root or a stun or a slow, so it doesn't DR with any of those things. It's effectively a peel that, like, okay, we have nothing left. Oh, wait, yes, we do. We have Ring of Peace. You can get around the pillar, you top yourself to full, and the guys have to try and go the other way to catch up to you, but by that time, you are stable, and we can keep this game going another day. But of course, it's only a 45-second cooldown too, so this peel actually comes up extremely handy so much times. I'm sure you guys have played into it. Now you know why it's so frustrating, because it's a short cooldown, a huge range, an instant with no cost for 5 seconds. So great button there, but it's not just limited to peels. You can also knock a healer cast. You can knock a healer into a wall and they start bouncing up against the wall, then they can't cast anything. You can even stop drinks with it by putting it around the pillar. You can even stop Tranquility from an Ardruid. So Ardruid Trank is now an immunity button that's been kind of terrorizing the ladder. It's kind of tough to deal with. If you're trying to all in them, it's your last gasp, and all of a sudden they just pop a bubble, you don't really have a lot of answers to them being immune to all damage, but Windwalkers do. You can Ring of Peace that Trank as long as they're not running the talent Inner Peace, which they almost never do, obviously, because they lose Overgrowth. So yes, you can actually Ring of Peace the Tranquility and stop it. One of the, I think it's the only way to stop Trank, except for like a stun or a coil that's already in the air. But we're not talking about that right now. So another great option there. It's utility, it's peeling, it's stopping healers, it's stopping Ardruids specifically. It's a lot of great utility all in one button. So great talent. Diffuse and Dampen are the choices on this row. Diffuse into pretty much everything. Casters do magic damage to this. It's magic damage reduction by 60%. So of course casters, but it's not just casters, right? We know that melee do magic damage too. DH, ever heard of a Death Knight, right? Rep Paladin, there's a ton of magic damage from melee classes, so Diffuse is almost always picked. Not only that, it also gives you a reversal of dots, which is great against Boomies, even Shadow Priest to get the Vampiric Touch off you, of course. This is just a great button on a shorter cooldown. This pretty much gives you another wall against every team that has any magic damage. But if somehow they don't, like maybe somebody's playing Mancleaf and you queue into Double Warrior or Warrior Feral somehow, even though I think that is not quite as good as it was last season, then you can run Dampen Harm. Because Diffuse isn't going to do as much, and it's a huge wall, especially against huge hits, and in a very bursty meta, you can get that 50% damage reduction more often than you think, so Dampen Harm is a great option for if you're not queuing into a team with magic damage. And now we finally get to the crux of it, because so far I've just looked at talents that Windwalkers generally use, and you're like, okay, well, what is so interesting about this build, right? There's nothing going on here, but it starts with these two talents on the bottom, and then it continues into Legendaries and Conduit choices that are really going to add a ton of modifiers, and they start right here. We've seen enough. Spin to win, right? No more of that. There's already plenty of builds that make you spin to win and kill somebody really quickly. That's not being used here. We're actually starting all the modifiers that you get from this Covenant, from these talents, from those conduits, and it starts right here at hit combo. 6% extra damage, not crazy, not as impactful as Dance of GG, but remember this is a no RNG, Mike Tyson one-shot. This is an all-in to all the modifiers build, so hit combo is much more valuable than fishing for a proc. And it's going to synergize with the next row, which is Serenity. Serenity is the huge modifier. This is the start of everything. 20%, that's modified further by a conduit. But it doesn't just give you 20% more damage, plus the 16% from the conduit. It also makes all chi consumers free, as we said, so there's no setup. You don't have to worry about clones getting rooted next to you. You don't have to worry about chi or any resource generation at all. It is completely free. This is a setup-free tool. You just press it and go. You're immediately doing damage. Even if you're completely tapped on every resource, the second you press this button, you're doing damage. So setup free, instant damage, complete one-shots that also causes all your chi consumers to cool down 100% more quickly. Right? It says it right there. I'm just reading the line. That's crazy because if Fist of Fury and Rising Sunkick are doing this much more damage, and you're getting them up off cooldown twice as fast with other buttons that get these abilities off cooldown from Blackout Kick and from Kyrian ability, Master's Weapons of Order. This is effectively supercharging this burst window to not just be one insane hit into another insane Fist of Fury channel, but six. 6 of them, right? You are constantly doing damage during this 12-second window. It is not a gimmick. You're not Vesper Totem someone, right? You are Vesper Toting them 8 times and seeing if they can live through all of that, right? So Serenity, as far as modifiers go, is incredible. But what it really does is make sure that those modifiers are going to be useful, right? Because the chi consumers being free, no setup required, and then all your cooldowns coming back means you're constantly going to get use out of those modifiers, and that's where this build starts. But before we go into the rest of those modifiers, let's make sure we talk about PvP talents. You got Alpha Tiger. This is a huge guy. Effectively, right in the opener, you're going to get a new hit with Tiger Palm. If you read what this talent does, you're going to get 30% more haste for 8 seconds once you hit him for the first time. So that's extremely impactful when you are trying to all-in somebody to have 30% more haste and all the chi consumers coming back up quicker. Now you have faster globals to get them all back as quickly as possible, right? So you can constantly spam damage even more with this PvP talent that synergizes with. I don't have to talk too much about that. You understand why having 38% or 30% haste in your opener for 8 seconds is a good thing. Turbo Fists, I mean, we're going to talk about the Fist of Fury damage once we talk about the tier set, but never swap off this. It makes your Fist of Fury cleave everybody for the same amount. So it just incredibly increases the damage to off targets, huge cleave pressure, and then gives you a 90% slow to keep them in your fists, and then makes you parry all attacks while channeling fists so they cannot counter pressure you if they're trying to attack you with melee. Wow, that's a great button press. Yeah, you want to use that. So your utility option, effectively this reverse harm, the thing that you can swap out, is limited to really just grapple weapon and reverse harm, and sometimes I see Ride the Wind or Windwaker, so you can kite better. But effectively, there's a lot of options. There's a lot of good PvP talent for Windwalker Monk, but I'm giving you guys a one-shot build. So I'm effectively saying, no. Keep Alpha Tiger and Turbo Fists, and you can switch out Reverse Harm for Disarm if you're queuing into Rogue, Warrior, DK, right? So Reverse Harm, a great heal, but Grapple Weapon, a great job for handling those burst goes from Pillar of Frost and Warbreaker, and of course Kidney, you gotta disarm that. So this is your utility PvP talent that you swap out if you want to do the Mike Tyson build that I've created here. So that's what I'm going to recommend to you guys, of course. But now we're going to go right into gear. So we're going to start it off with the Legendary. This is one of the big changes that I made onto this build. There's so many good Windwalker Legendaries, and I'm not discrediting any of them by talking about this one specifically. Kiefer's is insane. You guys have seen it. Zuen's Treasure is insane. You guys have probably seen it. If you just look through the Windwalker Legendaries, you're like, wait, these are all amazing. Yes. You're right. You're right about that. That's actually true. They're all amazing. But the one that I'm going to use here for this build is Invoker's Delight. Because again, we talked about the haste from Alpha Tiger and why that would be so good. Well, what if you had another 33% haste for 20 seconds during that burst window? Now we know how difficult it is to deal with Serenity window. Well, what if you have 60% haste for free? That means you don't have to have any haste at all for this spec. You can put it all into crit and mastery and verse, and you still have 60% haste during all the windows that you need it in, right? So that is incredible. That gives you this unbelievable pressure, because not only are the globals coming back up faster and the abilities coming back up faster, but Fist of Fury is channeling faster, which generally could have been a problem because you don't get the parry duration for as long. But now it doesn't matter because you're just going to fist again right after, right? You're going to fist, Rising Sun Kick, fist, or fist, Rising Sun Kick, Blackout Kick, fists. Which means if it channels faster, you're just nuking them quicker, getting it up faster, so you can do it again faster. And this is just unbelievable damage during every burst window. So yes, it's so hard to argue with how many good Windwalker Legendaries there are, but for this one, I personally recommend having 60% haste for free during every opener. Fantastic button. Of course, the other legendary that we're getting is a free Zuen from Kyrian. This is the Kyrian Covenant, which I haven't quite got to yet, since we're going to do Conduit, Soulbind, and Covenant all at the same time. But there's one more spoiler for you. Yes, we're using the Kyrian Covenant, and yes, you get an extra Zuen when you press your burst window. So Zuen hits really hard. When you have 60% haste in the opener, he hits really, really hard. So that's just giving even more value to the haste that you're getting from not your stats, because you're not running haste there, but from your PvP talent and your legendary. You are getting effectively double Zuen, and both of them are swiping at the enemy as quickly as humanly possible. I mean, that's 60% haste tigers. That's crazy nuclear damage. Those are the legendaries that you have on. Of course, Verse Mastery, you're going to put on both. Verse Mastery are your best stats by far as Windwalkers. So Verse Mastery on those legendaries, and then the 4 set, let's talk about that real quick. Are you gonna run it? Yes. Does this build work without it? No. So don't even bother trying to get these hits until you have this bad boy right here. Fist of Fury damage by 40%. Do I have to explain that? I think I would be insulting my community by thinking that they needed an explanation between why making your Fist of Fury just do base 40% more damage is good. But as well, now we're starting to see how all this comes together, because the 4 set, after 10 offensive abilities, your next 3 do 22% more damage. Well, guess what? As we said, you got 65% haste. And you got your cooldowns coming back up way quicker. So your globals are fast and your cooldowns are fast. So you're pressing your abilities non-stop, instantaneously on a short global. That means 10 offensive abilities are going off really quick. So as you're bursting people in this 12-second window, you're getting 40% more damage to fist passively, but also probably about halfway to 2/3 of the way through the Serenity. Now you're doing 22% more damage on top of that. So we already had a Serenity modifier and a hit combo modifier and a Fist of Fury modifier. And now we have a 4-set modifier. And of course, you're going to run badge with this. You're going to pop that during your burst. There's another modifier. You get that guaranteed during every go. And then you're going to put Verse Mastery on all your rings and all your legendaries and your necklace, and as much verse and as much mastery as you can possibly get. So, oh, and you're going to also run dual wield weapons. So again, this is my alt. JC has them, I do not. Gives you Celestial Guidance and Sinful Revelation, Revelation rather. So you're gonna run 2 dual wield weapons, not a 2-handed weapon. Gotta clarify that. But then you go right into your Covenant Kyrian, and you pop on Pelagos, and now you get Mastery during Weapons of Order. Of course, there's another modifier. And then you get the Fist of Fury Conduit, and that's another 7.2% damage, which is only enhanced further by getting up to the max level of Conduits. So there's another modifier. And then you get Serenity's damage bonus. Yeah, we were talking about this. Is increased by 16.6% to 239, so that goes up to about 17-18%. And there's another modifier. Oh, and then you get Weapons of Order, increasing your Mastery by an additional 2.3%. But it starts, right? So that's yet another modifier on top of another modifier where it says for the next 30 seconds, your mastery is increased by 12.5%. Yet another modifier. And of course, this is that cooldown reduction from Blackout Kick, which allows you, again, you're going to have so much cooldown reduction that the previous build probably would run out of resources. But oh wait, Serenity makes you resource free during its window, so you are constantly Fist of Fury, Blackout, Rising Sun, Fist of Fury, over and over and over. You never run out, and you've got another modifier here. So I'll let you see this this conduit path right here. Of course, you've got Expel Harm for more healing. You've got Fortifying Ingredients. This is extremely important. This just gives you an even better wall. And again, all of these things would be much higher with higher conduits. But that is where all the modifiers start to kick in, right? Talent, conduit, ability, another ability, right? And then, of course, Foreset, Haste percent, Badge, Mastery, and all of this scales together to give you one of the most back-breaking one-shots in the game. But that one-shot lasts consistently for 12 seconds. You don't just get one shot and you're like, whew, I lived. Okay, no, whoa, I'm still getting one shot. Oh, I'm still getting one shot. Well, I'm getting one shot for another 5 seconds. Okay, well, now that's over. And now it's 7 more seconds of getting one shot, right? So I'm going to give you guys some clips. Honestly, I'll direct you to JCTV. Just Google search it right now. He's the Windwalker that I play with, and he has been running this build. But I'll give you guys some clips from my own videos just to make sure you guys have it. So, because if anything, you're not even going to believe me that I tell you that this thing does tick. The Fist of Fury ticks for 20k in a PvP environment, so I gotta at least prove it with some visuals. But the go effectively becomes just Zuen, Tiger Palm, Serenity, and now you just start killing them, right? You just start one-shotting them, right? And you are effectively getting 21k Fist of Fury ticks, and you can see already. Look at those abilities coming off cooldown instantaneously. That's all you gotta do. And now you got another fist. I've fisted 3 times in the same Serenity, right? That is 36% of my damage. You can see the Zuen is popping off, the Empowered Tiger Lightning, all of that bringing together the choices that we made, right? The haste, well, is that good? Yeah, it does. Look at your Zuen popping off. Okay, well, what about, right, Serenity? Is it really hitting that hard? Yeah, yeah, you're ticking 3 people at the same time for 22k each. That's 60k over the channel, maybe 80k over the channel. If you're really lucky with all those crits, you'd have to be insanely lucky, but that would be pretty awesome, to 3 different targets. I mean, you could effectively press a button that hits for 246k in the most unbelievable situation. And if you haven't seen that yet, again, I'll give you some VODs to look through, and eventually, again, me and JC hopefully will be taking over the ladder with that setup right there. So I've talked enough. This is my first video on non-DK. I thought it was a perfect segue from DK into the class that I generally play with, and I really hope you guys found something interesting. At the very least, you might try this build out yourself and have some fun with it. If you've already known some of these synergies before, then I urge you to show me some VODs of it working out for you, or again, I'll get JC to show some VODs, and we'll all talk about how ridiculous this build is together. But I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, this is the gamer move right here. We set our port on his port. Yep. This guy's pretty undergeared. We pair this. Does he even have a port down? Yes, he does. We slow him. We wait on the port. I really hope I can get to this guy. Wait, he's a mile away from his port. I punch him hard in the face. My best moment. Getting to him. Trinket this, you know me. Got immediately out of the knife there. Popping every button. Karma. No! I'm fisting. He is backpedaling just a little bit. Where's the DK going? Oh, he's feared. If only he knew he had a Lich Born, am I right, team? Touch of death. Time to win. Fine. Theros. Okay. I actually don't know what we're doing there, but that's okay. He's up in space. We swap over to the warrior. I triggered it. Oh no! That's going on YouTube, baby. No! Ah, that's bad. Or just slow him. Popping on. I just diffused. I have to karma. Right here, baby. Punching him. I'm dead. Unless they're dead. No way. Punching him. Punching him actually this time. Punching him really hard. Jesus, please get that. Your best moment. Punching him again. And again. Pew! Dude, this spec is so fun. I really hope people aren't mad by the noises that I make while I do these, because this is going to YouTube as well. I'm sorry in advance for the stupid things that I do. What the fuck? Parry this? I get it. He trinkets, sweep him, instantly kill him. Instantly kill him. Punching him really hard in the face. Nope, trinket this. Goodbye. Oh, drop this. I learned from my own guide. That's definitely a carry, right? The rogue's trying to do a carry? Okay. Okay. That's both blinks, I'm sure. Do I trigger this? He dies over there, right? He just stands there perfectly still and dies? Okay, cool. I was just making sure. Serenity now? Oh, dude, did he actually? Holy shit, please come out of this. Please come out of this. You're so fucking lame. Oh my god. Fisting. Winnable. Dude, all it does is press defensives. I can win. 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 With a Mike Tyson knockout punch, bro. I can actually win. Okay, so he has no pets. So like, oh my god, what? No way. No way, I just ran into that, bro. Okay, I gotta pair him. Uh-oh. Pair this? We're fine. We're chilling. Everything's good. There are no fear. No fear. Okay, so what I have to do is get distance from his Kyrian, because he's shooting people through walls. Okay. Oh, double tap. He's trying to Kyrian me through the wall, right? He missed. He missed. He's the worst player in game. No worries. Non-toxic, though. Posy vibes only. Dude! Why is he just killing me instantly? Boarding this? Oh my god. That's not where I want to be. Alright, Serenity and 22. Winnable. My DK believes in me, bro. This is winnable. This is where I wish I was a main Windwalker monk, right? Imagine all the plays. My build will carry me. Oh my god, he camoed. That's fine. I needed to wait for karma anyway. I mean, this is the way it's gotta be. I have Lust for Binding Shot, which he wants to press here. Oh shit. Okay. He actually wants to press Aim Shot here. He was just sitting there, casting it like a true hero. Para. I don't have sweep, so I'm just gonna wait still. Duck and weave, dude. Duck and weave. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. Okay, so I have to karma this, diffuse. Thing. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Serenity. One-shotting him right now, bro. Big punches! Oh my god. He's fine. Oh wait, that's not where my port was supposed to be, bro. Okay, topping self. Punching him in the face. Multiple times. Dude, please, Tiger, please. I mean, that could have been played better, but my build carried me. My DK is loving it. Watch this, baby. Punching them both insanely hard, bro. Oh my god. Touching. Huh? Chasing them down. Ooh. Trinket Calm. Wait, that should have been on... No, it's fine. He has no trinket. It's over. Oh, that was naughty, dude. Yeah, true. Okay. They go him. Might have to sit this. I'm gonna punch him. I'm gonna punch this guy now. Punching this guy now. Oh my goodness. My guy just got punched.